We are not the first to have technical difficulty. So welcome to the 2020 annual meeting of the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Usually we would all be together. Last year we were at the Desert Botanical Garden sharing some adult beverages, maybe a little tequila, maybe someone snuck some in, I don't know, but it's possible. In any case, we are so happy to be with you here. It has been a crazy year and we have so much to share with you. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into our presentation and you're gonna hear from a lot of folks. Okay, first and foremost, please share with social media. We want everyone to know that we are here, we are finishing the year strong. We have a lot of reach, so whether you gram, tweet, post, whatever it is, please let folks know that you're here with us today. Our agenda for the day will be our chairman's welcome, and then we'll hear a couple of testimonials and we'll introduce those folks. I'll do a very short president's report. We'll have a couple of more testimonials and then closing remarks. Also during, we will be giving away some members passes to the Desert Botanical Garden, and then if you fill out the survey at the end, you may get a $20 gift certificate from DoorDash. So we're very excited to be able to share that with you today. But first and foremost, I want to thank our outgoing chair, Miguel Bravo, who has been phenomenal over the last 2 years, taking us through a CEO transition and then the pandemic. So it has been a tough year that none of us could have imagined, but he has guided our board and we have gotten through it and we're still strong. So with that said, I want to hand it over to Miguel Bravo.
Thank you, Monica, for your kind words and your leadership. I mean, you and our team at the Chamber are rock stars, and because of you, we are finishing the year strong. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you to our members for joining us virtually. I know this is not the same, and we look forward to seeing you in person soon. I want to thank our staff, of course, our board of directors for the opportunity that you've given me to serve as your chair. You know, it has been a privilege and an honor, and you can count on my continued support in any capacity as a member or former board member in the future, in the years to come. As a membership organization, we exist to serve our members, and that's been my priority, and I know it's a shared priority of the board and our staff. And you know, again, I like to commend the staff for always innovating, always looking for new ways to serve the evolving needs of our membership. And so please fill out the survey. Let us know how we can serve you. We're here for you, and we're grateful for your investment. General Members Investment, Los Amigos Investment, philanthropic partners, and everyone that plays a role in giving us the resources that we need to make Arizona a better place to live and work and play. So thank you so much. I would like to thank some of our outgoing members. So if you have a slide, thank you so much. You know, time does not permit for us to individually go through, and I'd love to tell you all about the great contributions that these individuals have given to the chamber over the years. But I do want to, you know, give them a shout out and thank them as a group. These are our outgoing board members. You can see them on your screen. Again, terrific service for many years. A lot of great opportunities were enabled because of them. And so we look forward to keeping them in the family, and we look forward to their continued support as members. And again, I'm so grateful for them. I also would like to recognize new board members that are joining. That were just inducted at our board of directors meeting on this week. And there you can see, I believe, yes, in red, you can see the new board members that were recently inducted, and we're grateful for their support and look forward to their leadership on the board of directors. We'll continue to have a very strong board. Let's see what else. I would also like to inform you that at our last board of directors meeting, we inducted our 2021 officers. And if you can show the slide, Monica.
I wasn't able to pull up
Oh,
the slide, but I'm happy to highlight them here on the screen.
excellent. We can do that.
Whoops.
So,
It's going to be that kind of day.
sure, no problem. We're good. We're good. So our incoming, well, our chairman is Annette Musa. Vice chairs, we have Dr. Maria Harper Marinick and Jorge Quintero. Board secretary is Danny Ortega. We have legal counsel, Leo Lu, who has been serving for many years. Of course, Monica Villalobos as ex officio. And I will, as immediate past chair, I will continue for one more year. And non-voting member, Tony Astorga, who is chairing our foundation for one more year. And I believe I have everybody there.
That's correct.
So
there we go.
Go ahead.
So yeah, that's it. We've got everyone in green that is on the executive board.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So I just wanted to, per the bylaws, make that announcement. Again, usually we have a little a ceremony for that, and then we go to the after party. But this year we'll have to do it this way. And again, thank you for everything. Thank you to our staff, and I wish you happy holidays. And I'll turn it over back to Monica for our testimonials, because I know we have great stories ahead. Thank you very much.
We do. Thank you so much, Miguel. Again, really appreciate everything you've done as chair of our board. And, we always say that the Chamber Familia is like mafia. You never really leave. So I'm sure we'll keep pulling on your expertise, and we appreciate all that you do. As you know, at the Chamber, we really rely on our relationships with our corporate partners to help us provide the resources for our small business members. So here on the screen, you can see that we've got relationships with quite a few. Some of these are very, very familiar. They've been partners for a very long time. We estimate there are about 90 Fortune 2000 companies in the state of Arizona. We have an investment relationship with about 70 of them. And again, we're so grateful to these partners because they help us provide the services for our small business members, also for our foundation and our scholarship. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. And here with us today is one of our corporate partners, our largest investor in the Arizona Hispanic Chamber. JP Morgan Chase has had a partnership with us for many years, has really believed in our innovation, in our transformation, in our ability and capacity to lead in Arizona. So I, at this time, want to introduce one of our newest board members, Ivan Garcia from JP Morgan Chase. Ivan?
Buenos dias. My name is Ivan Garcia. I'm a small business and relationship manager for JP Morgan Chase. It's an honor to speak with you guys today as a newest board member. So I think I'm 2 years old to be exact, 2 days old. I hope I'm a familiar face to most of you. I've been working with the Chamber for almost 9 years, and it's been a personal dream to represent JP Morgan Chase on the board. I've had a privilege to be part of the Small Business Champion Group for a couple of years, and I've been able to reap the benefits of establishing really strong relationships here in the Valley with community leaders. Throughout the years, these community leaders have become my mentors and have made a great impact in my personal career, and I wanted to make sure everybody knows that, and I'm really proud of it, and I've taken that to heart. In my view, the Chamber is a standard when it comes to advocacy programs and to support minority business here in the Valley. And I'm looking forward to contributing to growth and success with the Chamber, its members, and as a result, contributing towards a healthy Arizona economy. We all know that when small business succeed, our communities and neighborhoods succeed. And that's never been clearer than now as we experience the impact of the pandemic. But long before the pandemic, as many of you may know, JP Morgan Chase has had a relationship with the Chamber, Monica, and its ship. For years now, we've provided philanthropic dollars to its programs in supporting and assisting undeserved entrepreneurs. We consider the priority at JP Morgan Chase, and we truly value the Chamber's thoughtful and tireless work. We are committed to making investments in organizations like the Hispanic Chamber to help them support business owners and entrepreneurs like yourself and give you access to resources that you need. I have recently heard about JP Morgan Chase's $30 billion long-term commitment to advance racial equity. The firm will harness its expertise in business, policy, and philanthropy. In addition to $3 billion over the next 5 years to provide economic opportunity to undeserved communities, especially the Latinx and Black communities. As part of this commitment, the firm plans to help grow Latinx Black-owned businesses through various initiatives. We will provide an additional 15 loans to small businesses in majority Latinx and Black-owned communities. To do this, the firm will deliver $2 billion in loans by launching a new program designed to help entrepreneurs in historically undeserved areas access to coaching, technical assistance, and capital, and by accelerating a digital lending product to better support the needs of small business, Latinx, and Black-owned businesses seeking quick access to capital. We will also spend an additional $750 million with Latinx and Black suppliers. Throughout our Small Business Forward program, we also had committed $150 million over 5 years to support minority, women, and veteran-owned small businesses to help build their long-term success, creating local inclusive economic growth. One of the programs that we've been able to engage with the Hispanic Chamber and support its successful initiatives. Working together, I know we'll have a great 21. My sincere thank you for your time and the Hispanic Chamber today. Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much, Ivan. We really appreciate everything that you do, everything that JP Morgan Chase does to help us serve our membership. And we're looking forward to having you on our board. Welcome aboard. We have some other board members with us on the call today. We have Armando Roman, Marisa Benincasa, Danny Ortega, Lori Higuera, Marcos Garay, Stephen Lopez, and Stephen Ortega, as well as Greg Bird. So thank you to all of our board members and especially our corporate partners. At this time, I'd like to hand it over to Karen Lynn Graves to introduce an amazing young woman who has been part of our youth entrepreneurship program. Karen?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Monica. And it's been at first this morning, I said it's been an exciting day. Now it's been a very interesting day. I'm just going to say 2020 COVID. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. But it is my privilege to introduce Miss Kylie Huntston-Winter. This young lady's achievements are 1,000 miles long. And for the sake of being brief, I want to share with you that she's a 17-year-old high school senior. She's made it her life's passion to serve as a voice for women and those who empower women. Kylie is a martial arts expert. She is a Harvard University applicant, and she served as a non-official educator to staff at Harvard on Native American culture, Native American traditions, and Native American communications. She is also the proud recipient of the Certificate of Special Congressional Recognition for work as a youth entrepreneur, which was given to her by Senator McSally by way of Ann Doak and their wonderful staff. All this to say that she is the CEO of her own business, Zuya Martial Arts, meaning brave women. That's what Kylie is known for, and that's who she is. Just a quick recognition of those who have all helped Kylie, because we always say it does take a village. Peter Schwartz, Roxana Montoya, Chris Kill, Guillermo Gomez Cordova, and the Native American Fatherhood and Families Associations. We all support our veterans, our business owners, and our next generation of youth entrepreneurs. So with that, Kylie, thank you so much.
Kylie Wani Tuoko and Makiape Mitiospe Standing Rocks Dakota Lakota Nation. Hello everybody, my name is Kylie Huntston-Winter and my family is of the Standing Rock Sioux Dakota Lakota Nation. Thank you so much for the amazing introduction, Karen. I really appreciate it. Emerson's story, no matter how different, shapes not only the course of their own life, but those around them. In my short, almost 18 years, I can confidently say that I've made a big impact on the world. And at the same time, I know that so much more is yet to come. At 3 years old, I started in Cambodia. A young and impressionable girl, my dad brought me into my first dojo so I could learn self-defense. My very first coach said that I wouldn't last even 2 weeks, but today she's actually one of my biggest supporters. Since then, I have experience in styles of martial arts, multiple national and world championships, a black belt in Kempo, a blue belt in Jiu-Jitsu, green belt in Judo, and an experience in Muay Thai and MMA. As a young girl in a male-dominated sport and world, it's really never easy. Since there were other girls in martial arts around me, but a lot of the times I didn't see very many role models to look up to. But I worked hard, I stayed with it, and I never quit. Martial arts was my passion, and it was everything that I wanted to do with my life at the time when I was here. In 2015, I started my page Brave Woman, a concept where I could share the stories of girls and women like me in martial arts so that they could know they're not alone. Today, my page has over 50,000 followers on Instagram, with followers from all around the world. I have the privilege of empowering women everywhere. The amazing stories that I've heard just drive me to work even harder, from one of the first female boxers in Sudan to be allowed to train, from a black belt in Tucson, Arizona with no arms. There are so many people out there that I know that they have an amazing story, and I really just want to be able to amplify it for them. But from a young practice on countless issues with Native American rights, MMIW, No DAPL, women's empowerment, Black Lives Matter, supporting for autism research. I've taught free self-defense programs for Native American women in support of our missing and murdered Indigenous women's movement to help underserved populations, especially on the reservations and in our Indigenous communities. I've worked to pass a bill for Governor Ducey signed our proclamation to make Indigenous Peoples Day a holiday in Arizona this year, and I'm currently on the path to pass it as a federal holiday in order to abolish Columbus Day and right the wrongs that history has created. Yet, this is really just the tip of the iceberg for me. With everything I've done, I would be nowhere without the people who have supported me. I am beyond grateful to be here and where I am today. From my dad, who brought me into my first self-defense class, to my teammates who made me stronger, and everyone who has helped me along the way. A huge thanks to Karen Lynn Graves, NABEDC, and the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I am a recipient of a Congressional Recognition Award from Arizona Senator Martha McSally this year for my entrepreneurship and widespread contributions to my community. I cannot say thank you enough for such a great honor. I have so many goals and aspirations that I'm working towards, and Karen Lynn and NABEDC have been so supportive of them. They've helped me in so many ways, from just giving me good advice to getting a gift card from Morse Co. for my entrepreneurial goals, to helping me connect with somebody to help me with photography and headshots and to get my website established for my business, to sharing my stories with so many other people like the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, like with Ann Dope, to get me connection with Martha McSally, and so many more things. I've always been such a busy person, whether it was from school or martial arts, activism, self-defense, volunteering. It was really always go, go, go for me. But on top of it all, the most important thing to me is to have the best impact I possibly can on the world. Right now, my biggest goal is to keep my self-defense classes going and to create this program so that I can take the skills that I have and best apply them to the rest of the world. I'm currently in talks with the Elizabeth Smart Foundation in order to establish classes, and I'm looking to expand these everywhere that I'm able to. I'm currently in the process of waiting on my admissions decision from Harvard University, and I hope to get into law so that I know I can make the biggest impact I really can. I mean, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be, but I know that everywhere I go, I'm going to help people the best that I can. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll be the president of the United States someday, right? Thank you so much for having me.
Kylie, I would totally vote for you. And when I grow up, I want to be you. So impressive. And I don't know what I was thinking, putting my president's report after Kylie, because she is a hard act to follow. So Kylie, we wish you all of the best. We're so proud of your achievements, and we're happy to have been taken a small part in that. And we know you're going to go out and do even greater things. Our executive director of our NABEDC Center, Karen Lynn Graves, never misses a moment to brag about you, your achievements, and everything you do. do. So congratulations. We will be watching with anticipation for your next great endeavor, hopefully at Harvard, because I hear that you gave them a lesson on Native American history in your interview. So I'm very proud that you did that. Would you share just that very briefly, because I think it's relevant?
Yeah, of course. And thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you guys' support. So yeah, so in my initial interview with Harvard, my first interviewer was not as educated on Native American topics. When I expressed my own culture and my own family's history and my connection to my people, I felt quite invalidated that he was not listening to me and understanding where I was coming from, just quite because of the color of my skin or because I don't look like a typical Native American, even though I am quite close to my culture. I've grown up in it. I am so close to my family there. And I felt put down and I felt so much negativity from somebody who was supposed to be helping me in my goals and aspirations. However, I came back from it afterwards and I contacted the Harvard admissions office and I told them what happened and they helped me out. They got me a new interview where I was able to truly express myself, but I also made it a key thing to express to them how it made me feel and how that I can make sure that it didn't happen to anybody else. Because I think that, especially with a school like Harvard, you should be able to be yourself and be authentic and show your own culture without feeling like somebody is being negative about it or not understanding who you are and where you're coming from.
You're being incredibly diplomatic, Kylie. That was a great summary of what happened. And the reason that I asked you to mention that is because we have a lot of folks on this call with great connections. And if there's anyone that has a connection at Harvard and wants to send a recommendation for Kylie, please let us know. We will connect you directly with her. We want to support her and make sure that she's reaching her goals. She is exactly what our future looks like, and we want to make sure that that diversity is celebrated. So thank you again, Kylie. Really appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
So next, the only way to follow that up is by giving things away, right? So we have 1-year memberships to the Desert Botanical Garden going to Sabrina Lopez, who's online with us, as well as Juan Lara. Someone from our team will reach out to you and make sure that you get those 1-year memberships to the Desert Botanical Garden. That will be the venue for our virtual Power of the Purse in March. So we're very excited to share that with you. I'm going to share a little bit about, I'm going to share just a little bit about what we've been doing in our President's Report, which is apparently going nutty on me at the moment. If you give me just a moment, I will correct that here. It is really one of those days. And by the way, we practiced yesterday, so none of this should be happening, but that's exactly what happens when you practice. So we're going to be nimble and flexible and hope that this all works. We all know the importance of the Hispanic market in Arizona. You know, for me to serve as president and CEO over a little over a year now, but to be with this organization for 8 years and representing the massive growth, not just in Hispanic businesses, but minority-owned businesses, has been absolutely amazing. We know that Hispanics are 30% of the state, 40% of Phoenix Metro, and more than 50% of our K through 12 system. We also know that there are about 500,000 small businesses in Arizona. We're a small business state. 98% of all jobs come from small business. And we know that about 25% of those are Hispanic and even more minority owned. They're contributing, Hispanics are contributing a lot to purchasing power, now up to almost $60 billion in the state of Arizona. Small businesses here are contributing over $15 billion in revenues. We also know that because Hispanics are kind of the majority of consumers and the majority of businesses, they're also the fastest growing businesses. Hispanic women-owned businesses have seen phenomenal growth. And between 2007 and 2012, when all other businesses only grew 2%, minority-owned businesses grew 60%, Hispanic-owned businesses grew 70%, and Hispanic women-owned businesses grew 116%. That means that women are coming out of the shadows, they're legitimizing their home-based businesses, and really taking charge in the business community. So it's been wonderful to see as we work with all of our minority-owned businesses where the growth is. And that's why there is so much market need for the resources that we provide at the Arizona Hispanic Chamber. You should know that we work on a model called the reciprocity model, and we really leverage not only our resources, but those of our Los Amigos corporate partners. You saw a list of the almost 70 corporate partners that we work with who help us provide those resources. And then, of course, the 2.2 million Hispanics in Arizona, as well as the growing minority business enterprise impact. And the goal here, and what you're seeing on the screen, is this reciprocity model. Our goal is to always create relationships and momentum to add to the multiplier effect. The more that we can do, the more ripple effect it has on the economy. So it's all about being able to connect businesses, keep them strong in our state, especially during this year. And you'll hear some of the things that we did this year to help motivate businesses and the economy as well. In terms of our strategic direction, we have really focused in 5 areas. We do like to say we're not your grandfather's Chamber of Commerce. We do things a little bit differently. So we focus in those 5 areas that include economic development, market intelligence, capacity building, advocacy, and education. So it's very exciting to be able to work in these different areas, and we pay off on this promise in different ways. I'll tell you very briefly about the work that we do in economic development. You'll hear from Alika Kumar shortly when she introduces one of our clients from the Minority Business Development Agency Center. We're very proud of this group. We've had this center with us for over 15 years, and it is federally funded by the U.S. Department of Commerce. We receive a $1.5 million grant every 5 years, and they are measured on 3 things: access to contracts, access to financing, and job creation. I am so happy to report that in their first year, in this last year, they met all of their goals at 120%. Because of that work, we've been able to have other centers like the Nebedsi Center. You just heard from Karen Lynn Graves that works with the Native American community in Arizona, Utah, and Nevada. In addition to that, we've received other grants to help stimulate the economy. And again, all we're doing all day long is connecting buyers and suppliers, connecting suppliers and financing, and creating jobs. In market intelligence, you might be familiar with our Datos publication. And that we've been doing for 24 years, providing relevant, reliable, and responsible information into the marketplace to make better evidence-based decisions. This is used by corporate partners, by policymakers, as well as our small businesses to target the Latino consumer. We have other publications as well, and as members, you have access to all of that. We have capacity building, and you'll hear in just a little bit. We have increased our engagement in 2020 by almost 25%. And we've also, we're able to do 51% more events virtually. So we've been working hard to make sure that you're getting the information you need to not just stay in business, but to thrive in business. And then advocacy, where our public policy committee is one of the most progressive, always looking at different areas of policy to make sure that business owners are taken care of. And then finally, education. We have our foundation. As you know, the Chamber is a C6, which is the association. We also have a C3, which is the foundation. And now we have a C4, our new political action committee that is being spearheaded by Danny Ortega, who is on the line with us today. He's one of our attendees. So education is under the C3, the foundation. This is where we give scholarships to students going to universities here in Arizona that are studying business. We realized very early on that if we don't reach back into that K through 12 and expose our children to business principles very early on in their career, then they won't be able to be the business owners that we need them to be in the future. And so we're investing in that workforce. We're investing in those future businesses and entrepreneurs as well. I'm going to talk a little bit about this year. This year was a crazy year, to say the least. I think we are all ready to be done with 2020. We're all a little anxious to kind of get through the holidays and open up 2021, hoping that it will be a better year for us. We had to do a lot of pivoting, our own team. While we were talking to our business members about pivoting, we found ourselves having to do the same. And some of the things that we did around COVID was we created a small business resource website. There were so many grants that were going out, so much information. It was hard to have, go to all those different places as a business owner to know what was going on. So we created a one-stop place with links to all of the different information that was coming out, both from a business standpoint, from a medical standpoint, everything that had to be done in terms of precautions. We also started capacity building weekly webinars to make sure that we were helping you with your pivot strategy. So if you're a restaurant, and we know this about business owners, they like to play in a lot of different areas and diversify. So we made sure that you were pivoting to those areas that were still going to bring in some revenue, but we're not going to have as much of an adverse effect as possible. So we also shifted our signature events. Everybody's familiar with our black and white ball, with our Datos event. We shifted those. We got one in 2019, which was our Power of the Purse in person. That was the last time we got to hug all of you. So we miss you terribly. But our virtual events were wildly successful. We saw in our black and white ball up to over 4,000 replays of that event, where we focused on our awardees and their approach to diversity inclusion. Not only was this a difficult year from a pandemic standpoint, but also from social unrest. So we really felt it was important to hear from leaders about how they were integrating diversity and inclusion. And then, of course, our small business grant program. As soon as the shutdown happened on March 16th, we knew it was going to be a while before those dollars trickled down to the most vulnerable businesses. I always say our businesses are small and nimble, which is good, but they're also small and vulnerable. And so by the beginning of April, we were already awarding success grants. These were micro grants of $1,000 a week. By the end of the program, and I'll talk a little bit more about it now, we had 72 grantees, all of which continue to be in business today. And so we're so excited about that work. We were able to give back almost $200,000 to members of the Chamber. So our grant program, again, was about $1,000 a week for a maximum of $6,000. This doesn't sound like a lot of money, but when you think about minority-owned businesses make average annual revenue of about $110,000 a year. $1,000 a week is about 50% of their weekly revenue. So this really helped folks figure out what to do. It gave them the time and the buffer to say, well, do I need to go get a regular loan? Because a lot of our businesses were falling into the hands of predatory lending, And we worked with our banks to make sure that that didn't happen and set up our business members for success and to get into traditional funding. It also bought them some time to be able to create their pivot strategy. And we worked on different workshops. Our business consultants were there. Our business development team was converted into grant specialists to make sure that they had specific grantees that they could work with and pivot the strategy of those businesses. We learned a lot about our grantees. We know that a lot of them had been in business for an average of 7 years. We also know that their average, their median annual revenue was about $105,000 in 2018 and $176,000 in 2019. So they really did see quite a hit. Most importantly, and this is consistent with the research that we've done, we found out that 53 of the 72 businesses were family owned, and 37 of them depended on this for their family's livelihood. So that's why those success grants were so incredibly important. And we are so grateful because we turned to all of our partners, and our seed funders included APS, Rasa Development Fund, Comerica, US Bank, Wells Fargo. All of these came to the table and provided this money toward these grants. And for us, this helped our businesses stay in business. And as I reported earlier, all 72 businesses continue to be in business today, in some part due to these wonderful grants that we were able to provide. There we go. These are our signature events that we converted into virtual events. As I mentioned, the power of the purse was the last time we were able to put hands on you and hug you and network with you. But our leadership conference, all of these events from our leadership conference to Datos to our Business Diversity Summit are online. They are on our YouTube page. So if you miss them, please go back. We've recorded these programs. They've got valuable information. We were able to develop the same great content to you virtually. So please, if you haven't seen those, go to our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/AZHCC1. We are hoping that things are back to normal. We have our A plan, we have our B plan, and we have our C plan. And so for 2021, we hope we will be able to see you, probably not for Power of the Purse, that will likely be a virtual event, but we are slated right now for the Black and White Ball on May 8th. But no fears if we cannot see you at the Arizona Grand. If for some reason things are not in a place where we're comfortable that we can keep everyone safe, we will execute a virtual event. That's our plan B. We're going to play it by ear. We've learned that being flexible is the most important thing that we can do right now, but we will continue to provide that same great content. So save the date, put this on your calendar, May 8th. We hope to see you for a night around the world. Also, our events by the numbers. Virtually in 2020, we hosted 51 events and webinars. We had over 3,000 attendees, over 10 million impressions. We had multiple surveys. We also hosted 6 signature events and 45 webinars. So the pandemic did not stop us from being able to give to you that content that we know is so desperately needed. Our total engagement equaled over or nearly 2 million impressions. So when we look at all of our outreach, again, we're looking at about 2 million impressions. This is the engagement with you, with our corporate partners, with Arizona as a whole. And we created some best practices for other chambers across the country as well. We have been lauded by the US Hispanic Chamber of Commerce as well for our work, and we've been sharing our models with other Hispanic chambers and other chambers to be able to provide them more access and engagement with their membership. One of the things that we realized is that we really needed to shift to a programmatic approach. Usually our events are where we're able to have a lot of transactions happen. That includes our webinars, our trainings, etc. So we really converted and shifted to a programmatic approach. And now we've got almost 10 programs that include our Phoenix MBDA Business Center, our NABEDC team, also the CARES Act grant that we were able to get. Avanzar is a program through the U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce to help businesses scale. Our success grants, we will continue that program. And then Diversity in Our DNA is being hosted by U.S. Bank for Emerging Leaders. And Dream Builder is a woman specific, is not a woman, is a program specific for women and helping them start their business. And our newest program is the Aspiring Youth Academy. You should have received an e-blast yesterday with more information on our youth entrepreneurship program, where we can serve 300 students every year to help them start their businesses. So we are so excited, and I can see in the chat box that our team is putting out information and links. So if you need any information on these programs, please reach out to our team. I will be introducing them. I would be remiss if I didn't share with you the people who make all of this happen, and it is so exciting. We have Alika Kumar, who's on the line. She heads up our Phoenix MBDA Center, and she works with Yvette Uriondo, as well as Gabriel Sam Groves, and of course, John Mascarenas. And they are a powerful team. In this last cycle, they have, as I mentioned, reached 120% goal. And you can see the dollar values in the bottom left-hand corner of what they've been able to do for their clients. And so it's a really exciting time for MBDA. We are so grateful because they really blaze the path for us in connecting our members, our clients, to contracts and also to financing and ultimately creating jobs. So super excited about that. We have our NABEDC Center. Our NABEDC Center serves the American Indians, Alaska Natives, and Native Hawaiians in Arizona, Utah, and Nevada. And in 1 year, they have met all of their 2-year goals. This was a 2-year grant. This team is led by Karen Lynn Graves, as I mentioned earlier, our executive director there, and she works very closely with Peter Schwartz, who is a subject matter expert in this area, as well as Chris Kill and Roxanne Montoya, and don't let me forget anybody, Karen, and Guillermo Gomez, who is one of our interns. I mentioned Chris Kill, and then of course we partner with the Native American Fatherhood and Families Association. So you can see they are doing great things, impacting over 2,000 individuals in less than a year. This grant in particular required a lot of traveling. Obviously, we haven't been able to travel, so they have been doing all of this virtually. You can see here by state the impact that we have had as a chamber, being able to impact businesses in those different areas. And I just want to pause for a moment, because sometimes, you know, people talk about diversity. We walk the talk, right? We have the Hispanic Chamber operating the Native American Business Center run by a Black woman. And people often say, you know, is this aligned with your mission? Absolutely. We often have that conversation about ethnicity versus race. The beautiful thing about being Hispanic is that we can be Hispanic Black, we can be Hispanic White, we can be Hispanic Native American, we can be Hispanic Asian. And so people often don't make that, that connection. And so for us, this is really paying homage to our roots and to those that are affiliated with the American Indian community. We also received a grant through the CARES Act with MBDA, and all of the work that we do there is in coaching businesses, being able to provide trainings. Cerilia Gaillard is on the line. She is our amazing consultant that keeps us all on track. And you can see that we've done quite a bit in terms of impact with these businesses. We've been able to understand what the needs are and help them scale. We have many other programs, but I do want to share with you that the Aspiring Youth Program is through a charitable tax credit program. So if you owe the government, wouldn't you rather pay into a program that helps kids go to camp and learn how to start their own business, almost 300 kids every single year, then give that money to the government? I think so. So please, we would encourage you to visit our website, take a look at the Aspiring Youth. We have a link that we will share in the chat box that is specific to this giving program. So we're very excited about it. In addition to that, we have a scholarship model that is phenomenal. We work with Helios Education Foundation. Through our foundation, we're able to give these scholarships to Hispanic students studying at Arizona universities. We also bring them on as interns. We take these scholars and share them with our corporate partners, learn best practices. We encourage them to study abroad for a more global outlook. We really believe that Phoenix can be, and Arizona can be, a global hub of business given our geography, given our demographics, and sharing that with students and sharing those values are absolutely critical. We have some wonderful interns on our team, to include Eileen Villa, as well as Catalina Perez, Guillermo Gomez, and who am I missing, folks? Am I missing anybody from our interns? Is that everybody? Great, and I think we have someone else joining us in January as well. But these are students that we work with to introduce them to business principles. Our Emerging Business Leaders Initiative, or our EBLI program, has really done a lot over the last 5 years. We've given out $372,000 in scholarships to students at different universities, as you can see from the pie chart in the lower left-hand corner. And we gather quite a bit of information on these students to make sure that they're paying it forward and they're giving back. And we had a wonderful situation with an intern who left us after she graduated, went to work for a company in Texas, and Karen Lynn kept in touch with her, and she just gave us a grant for one of our programs. And we thought, what a wonderful way to pay it forward. She had such a great experience. So we're very, very excited about that. These are some of our scholars that we're working with this year. They have big aspirations, just like Kylie, and we are so excited to have them part of our familia. You know, for us, it's always great to be able to watch their progress and to know that we're a little part of that, right? And finally, I want to end with, you know, the chamber has gone through so much transformation. We've been around since 1948, over 70 years. And in the last 10 years, we saw real transformational change. And in the last year, your chamber is healthier than it's ever been, despite the pandemic. We continue the good work, not just for you, but also for the future and for the economy of Arizona, and to keep that moving forward. We know that this is a huge privilege to be able to work and serve you. Our corporate partners provide a lot of the resources for that, and we're involved in those big conversations with them about how do we diversify, how do we take these buzzwords of diversity and inclusion and really make it part of the DNA of companies so that everyone has that equal opportunity. We will continue to do that good work. That is my commitment to you. We promised you that we would finish strong this year, and we have. And that would not be possible without the amazing people on this call. You've met some of them already on our team, but I also want to introduce you to Elizabeth Flores, our events manager, who is making all this technology work for us right now because it was in my hands and we all saw what happened then. But Elizabeth has been amazing in pivoting and being able to change with every new turn. And so we're so grateful to her for all of her work. Of course, Rosa Flig, and this is our whole team. We all, you know, serve you, and Rosa is our mission control. She is the soul of our team and really keeps us on track. She takes all of the interns under her wing and, has just been incredible and amazing. We have our business development team on the line, Angie Amarias, Eric McIntosh, and Izzy Gonzalez are wonderful. They really pivoted. We know that this has been a hard year for you. So they said, we can't really go out there and, ask people. It's just too uncertain. We don't know what we're doing. We can't do that. People don't know what they're going to do right now. And so they switched and said, we're business consultants. We do this on a daily basis anyway. Let's focus on that work. And they've been an amazing team for us, really. Of course, we also have Carmen Martinez, who just makes us look good. You would be amazed at the things that our creative director receives from us. And she's able to make us look great, have a consistent image, and be recognized by the community. So it's really an exciting time for us. Of course, Suzette Comides is on the line. She is our VP of Finance and is just amazing. Our financial health is incredible. We ended this year with a surplus. I know that all of my colleagues at different nonprofits have said, we're just going to be grateful if we can break even. We not only broke even, but we were able to end with a surplus. So again, your Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is healthy, and a large part of that is due to the work that Suzette does. Of course, our operations team is incredible. Our Director of Operations, Cristina Gonzalez, makes sure that we are all keeping it together and is the hub of all of our operations with an amazing team. I'm really hoping I didn't forget anyone. Is there anyone that I forgot on our team? I know we work with a lot of different folks. I hope I got everybody. I'm really proud of myself. I can't even remember my kids' names. I call them the big one and the little one, and I got all of you right. So again, it is my honor to serve with this amazing team. Thank you all so much for this opportunity. We are all available to you. You can see all the panelists on the screen. And so we're really, really excited. Next, I know we're running a little behind time because we started late, but I want to make sure we get to 2 more testimonials very quickly. I'm going to hand it off to our Director of Operations, Cristina Gonzalez, to introduce our next testimonial, who is an amazing person who I have a long history with, who I hired many, many moons ago, which I'm sure we were in grammar school when I hired her. But Cristina, I'll pass it on to you.
Yeah, thank you, Monica. So it is my pleasure to be able to introduce to you one of our members, Evelyn Vega. As Monica said, we both know Evelyn from our former lives and careers in marketing and advertising, but Evelyn is president and owner of Staffing Strong. It's a national staffing and recruitment agency. Like so many Latinas out there, Evelyn juggles lots of different roles. She's a mom, she's a wife, she's a sister. She has an amazing big family that I've had the pleasure of getting to know a little bit. She's a friend, she's a mentor, and somehow she finds time to be really involved and engaged in our community and in our chamber. And in this last year, I think especially during the pandemic and last year, Evelyn, I think, has participated in most of our programs and webinars as a participant. She's going to be a speaker. And she was our first PEO client and took advantage of our relationship and our partnership with Venture PEO. So we thank her so much. We're very proud of Evelyn and her success. Know that she has a lot of success ahead of her, but with that, I'm going to let her say a few words. Evelyn.
Thanks so much, Cristina and Monica. Thanks for the introduction. I'm Evelyn Vega. I'm president and owner of Staffing Strong. We're a national recruitment and staffing agency, and we assist companies with placing marketing, engineering, and HR professionals throughout the country. My company's been a member since I started my business back in 2014. But honestly, we weren't very active. That was probably one of the biggest mistakes we made in our business, is not getting involved with the chamber, because we need help. We need help from people, and the chamber is a great resource. So I reached out to the chamber last year because we're having some business challenges. One of the biggest one was affordable healthcare and affordable healthcare benefits for my staff, and also obtaining workers' comp insurance. And so the chamber introduced us to a chamber business member venture payroll PEO services. So if any of you need help with that, please contact Venture. I'm more than happy to answer any questions too, but they've been a tremendous help for us, getting us really good affordable health insurance, which helped my business bottom line because it's very costly. Another thing that was great this year, and we're just so honored, and I hopefully I'm not going to choke up and cry, but we were a company that was awarded one of the success grants from the chamber, and I can't tell you how much that's helped us. It's kept us in business, and it's with all the programs, it's really helped us grow as a company. I want to thank Izzy Gonzalez. God, he was such a tremendous help for me in guiding me through the PPP and the IDL process. At first, we weren't awarded anything, and it was hard. And he was able to tap into his connections and put me in touch with somebody with my bank who has been a tremendous help. So we were actually granted, awarded some PPL money and an ADL. So thank you, Izzy. We're also very involved with a lot of the programs that Monica mentioned today, the CARES Act, Avanzar, Ascend. Cerelia has been awesome. If anyone wants to find out any more information about Ascend, contact Cerelia with the chamber. So with all the business training and webinars that we've attended, and we've learned so much in making our business a success this year, one of the biggest challenge we had was just branding our company and also capital. So with all the webinars that we attended, we really took that information and applied it to our business. And I'm happy to say we have really, we're still working on the numbers, but we think it's about a 20% increase in just brand awareness. And from that, it's increased our revenue and our bottom line. So without that, without the chamber's help, we wouldn't have been able to do that. Also, just with the networking, as Monica mentioned, it's all about the connections, right? And so I got involved in the ambassadors program this year, made some really great connections. Some of them are on this call right now. And with one connection, he turned me on to a great business coach. And I got to tell you, that's really helped our business too as well. So I'm sorry, so nervous today, but I just want to thank the chamber. I want to thank Monica for just your outstanding leadership to the chamber and for all your support to the small businesses here in the Valley, and to the wonderful staff, and especially Christina Gonzalez. I mean, Christina really pushed me to get involved this year, which is probably the biggest thing we did for our business, was get involved with the Hispanic Chamber. I really didn't realize how much all the resources they had and how much they could help us. And I wish, like I said, would have done it sooner, but we did it this year, and thank you for your help. I also want to thank some of the chamber members who've taken their time just to talk to me and answer my questions. Like I said, Izzy Gonzalez, Angie Amarias, Cerelia Gilliard, Elizabeth Flores, Eric McIntosh. I think Eileen Villa has helped me with the ambassadors program, Rosa. And sorry if I missed anybody, but I just want to summarize. If you're a small business and you're on this call and you haven't been in touch with the chamber, really haven't been involved, what are you waiting for? You got to do it now. I got to tell you that they've been such a tremendous help for us. We've stayed in business this year. I got to say that because of the chamber. And I want to thank them so much for all their help this year. Sorry, guys. And if I can help anybody, if I want to give anything back to the chamber members or the community, please reach out to me. More than happy to help. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Evelyn. I'm all verklempt over here. It's because of you. We do what we do because of members like you, and there are so many, and it is our honor to serve you. So thank you so much for being a part of our chamber. And we also want to thank our ambassador group. As you can see, Evelyn has a wonderful background that she's using as a proud member of the Arizona Hispanic Chamber. And our ambassadors are a wonderful group of individuals that, kind of spread the word and tell folks about the great programs. We are here to serve you. We are honored to do that. And thank you so much for being part of our familia, Evelyn, and all of our ambassadors group as well. I know we're running a little beyond time. We've got one more amazing testimonial. Please don't go away. And not only that, we have more prizes and memberships to the Desert Botanical Garden. You may be a winner. I've got some names already, but I'm going to hold off on those until our next testimonial. So at this time, I'd like to introduce the Executive Director of our Minority Business Development Center, Minority Business Development Agency Center. It's a mouthful. Alika has been an amazing leader, and you should all know she is part of our executive management team along with Karen Lynn Graves, Cristina Gonzalez, and Suzette Comidas, and I could not ask for a more powerful group of professionals to do our work. And so with that, Alika, I'll pass it over to you to introduce our next testimonial.
Thank you so much to an amazing President and CEO of the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Without your leadership, we wouldn't have accomplished anything this year. So thank you so much for always being strong for all of us. 2020 has been the year that the world stood still, but at the bottom of it all, we all stood together, stronger. And I am so pleased to introduce to you one of our star clients, Darren Maston. He is the president and founder of Clear Cloud Solutions. We've had the pleasure of working very closely with him this year. Darren Maston has over 25 years of experience in developing security solutions in the private industry. His leadership and expertise has been applied within various departments of management where he specialized in providing support in operational compliance, emergency response, asset protection, and loss prevention. Mr. Maston's knowledge was key to developing efficiencies in his area of expertise, but his real talent lies in his ability to integrate departments and inspire teams, creating cross-cultural efficiencies throughout the entire organization. He's an experienced leader with extensive knowledge in managing business, implementing processes to improve profits while protecting assets. But over and above all, Darren has a big heart, and his passion lies in giving back and making a difference, especially for tribal communities. Welcome, Darren Maston.
Thank you, Alika, and thanks everybody. This has been a really exciting call. It's obvious that there's a lot of passion in all of these groups. Again, my name is Darren Maston. My company's Clear Cloud Solutions. We're a security systems integration company, and we're based out of Southern California. But we had recently reached out to the folks at the Phoenix MBDA about our intention to open office out there in the Phoenix area. In addition to all the wonderful clients that you guys have out there, we have an interest in working with Native communities, and obviously the Four Corners, Arizona, New Mexico, that entire area has a plethora of agencies and customers that we want to work with. So, I just can't thank enough, Alika, you, Yvette, Sam in particular, have just done an absolutely phenomenal job in supporting Clear Cloud. And we feel so grateful for just the emphasis that you've put on our company. I mean, you have made us feel so welcome. Your high energy, your commitment to what you do. It's clear that you guys have a true passion for what you do. We don't feel like we're just part of a number to make a goal. It's really the relationship that we've built with you. We're just honored to be a part of your organization. And as a small business owners, we do a lot of networking in the diverse community, whether it's with the Hispanic chambers, Native American Indian community, the service disabled vets. We're always looking to team. And you guys there are no boundaries for you guys. You guys have just done a phenomenal job in promoting our company with passion. And I really want to thank you guys for what you do. You have connected us. The Phoenix MBDA has connected us with multiple teaming opportunities within the Hispanic chamber. I know that most all of them are members with the Hispanic chamber, and you've really teamed us up with not just throwing our name out there with particular people, but what I thought you guys have done in particular that's been phenomenal is you've really gotten to understand our business. We're in a little bit of a unique business. We're security systems integrators. So we don't, our contracts and our customers and our opportunities, they don't always fall in the most simplest of categories like construction. And so what we really appreciate is you don't just throw us opportunities. They're really pinpointed opportunities that really you understand our business and what we can do, and hopefully how we can help those people that you try to serve. So again, you know, sitting across the table from a lot of different organizations that are out there to support small companies like me, you guys really fit the mold. I mean, you guys go above and beyond, and truly, when it comes to supporting a business like mine, a small business, and running a small business is very tough. We really feel you guys go to bat for us each and every day, and we're here for you guys as well. So I just want to sincerely thank you for the passion that you guys have. And again, Sam, thank you, Sam and Yvette. Sam, you just recently referred us to the Arizona Coast Guard, or I'm sorry, Arizona National Guard, excuse me. They had a need. We were able to meet that need in a short period of time, and they were able to award us a contract, and we're getting ready to go execute that. So thanks again. We appreciate your confidence in us. And then, you know, I just want to call out, you know, Kylie, what an inspirational story that you are, especially coming from the Native American community. And I hope you understand how valuable that you truly are to the Native youth. You know, keep doing what you're doing. I'd like to connect with you. I think, you know, as a Native American Indian-owned company, our true passion is to give back to the Native community, not just the Native community, but diverse communities of all. And it really starts with our youth. You know, it took me a while to learn this, but I had to learn that true success is not about the money or how big you can grow your business. It's about what your business can do to give back to the communities that you serve. And in the Native American Indian community, there's like the Hispanic community with our youth, there's a lot of challenges. And I think not just the youth and the younger people like Kylie, but also everybody on this call. You know, we all have to remember, as small business owners, you know, we are the inspiration for our youth. And it is critically important that we give back to our youth. It's unfortunate that today social media has become the standards that's set by a lot of our young people, you know, the phones and what they're attached to and what social media says about them. The true inspirational leaders for our young people are the people that are on this call right now, and small business owners. And so it's an honor for us to have those opportunities when we have an opportunity to give back. Evelyn, you know, you very passionately show your appreciation for your small business and what you do. And so, you know, I just want to remind everybody on here, let's continue to give back to the young people, to the small people, that as they get out there, it's you know, the odds are very difficult to even have a small business. There's recent studies and surveys that have shown that small business owners are amongst the top 3 most admired people, right up there along the military and some of those other organizations. So please continue to give back. You know, my success is truly through my faith. And when I learned to put God first, others second, and myself third, it's been very successful. And I think if we all operated that way, I think we'd all be a little bit more successful. But I can certainly tell you that the folks at the Phoenix MBA certainly do that by putting us first. So again, thank you guys very much for what you do. And I'd also like to hear more about the aspiring youth, and would really like to get more involved in that too. I think our youth is really the core to our community. So again, Phoenix MBA, thank you for everything you've done for ClearCloud Solutions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Darren. Thank you for being our client. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your business and part of your success, and for wanting to give back. That is the key. That is part of our reciprocity model, right? We're all paying it forward. We're all giving back. And at the Arizona Hispanic Chamber, we don't just, it's not just what we do, it's how we live. And again, it's our honor. It's certainly my honor to serve with everyone on this panel, and to be able to provide services, resources, etc., to businesses like yours. So thank you again, Darren, for being part of our familia. Ultimately, I'm going to have to learn how to say that in different languages, you know, and then we can just put it as part of our branding. In any case, thank you all. I know we've gone over a little bit. I do want to give a special shout out to our foundation chair, Tony Astorga. His birthday is on Monday. We are usually celebrating with him with mariachis at our annual meeting. Unfortunately, we couldn't do that with him. He has been an amazing source of inspiration, funding, resources, contacts. He has been with the Chamber for over a decade and has really led the way, particularly on the foundation side. So we are so grateful to him. I don't think he's on with us, but have him in your thoughts. Wish him a happy birthday if you know him for Monday. Finally, I want to let a couple of people know that they won the one-year memberships to the Desert Botanical Garden. We have two more, Martin Guerrero and Helen Jordan. You are both winners, and our team will be contacting you. I will remind everyone, please fill out the survey that you will receive after this call. You will be entered for opportunities. We have several $20 gift certificates for DoorDash. And I know we're all doing that now that we're doing no contact eating. And so I wish that were true, right? And then we wouldn't eat the food and we wouldn't gain the weight, but it's just no contact when it gets delivered to you. So we're so grateful to DoorDash for providing those gift certificates. Again, we are finishing strong. Your chamber is healthier than it's ever been, considering everything that we've been through. We will continue the good work with you. We're looking forward to an amazing 2021. Happy holidays. God bless. And if you need anything from us, I know we didn't have time for questions. Please don't hesitate to reach out. We are here for you, and it is our honor to serve you. Thank you so much, and have a great weekend.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you so much, everyone.